Hi, this is Tom Barnhart from Business Polska. We're here today with Wojciech Baczyński, who is the General Director of the Polish-Portugese Chamber of Commerce. Wojciech, nice to see you again.
Hello, Tom. Nice to see you.
We are spending some time with you today because we are doing these weekly interviews with different businesses in different countries that are cooperating with Poland. And we wanted to have a little bit more insight into the Polish-Portuguese business relationships. So can you just tell us a bit of a background as to the dynamic of the trade and investment between Poland and Portugal? How is it going these days? How does it feel?
Well, so first of all, I need to say that the case of the Portuguese investment presence in Poland is quite significant one. As you know, Portugal is counted amongst 10 biggest investors in Poland.
Okay.
Which is quite interesting, having in mind the differences between the countries. So let's say the geographical differences, but also Portugal is a much smaller country. So this is due to the fact that main Portuguese companies from different sectors has decided to invest in Poland in 90s, early 2000.
Okay.
And today we have several big Portuguese investments in Poland.
Examples are
Bank Millennium, Jerónimo Martins with Biedronka and Hebebrand, EDP in renewable energies, Martifer as well. We have Eurocash in distribution, we have Colab in contract manufacturing, we have Mota and Gil in construction sector, we have Simoldes in molds. So this means quite a significant presence, and it also caused in 2008, so 10 years ago, the creation of the bilateral chamber to have a unified voice of first Portuguese presence in Poland, but nowadays we are also in more bilateral cycle. This is to say, we are now much more focused on supporting Polish companies in their internationalization process. First to Portugal, but also to other Portuguese-speaking countries,
so
such as Brazil and Mozambique, currently mostly.
Yeah.
Because we have right contacts, know-how, presence of our members, our team expertise, same language. So this is the time to be much more bilateral and support the new phase of Polish internationalization.
Okay, and you've said there are some trade missions coming up to either Portugal or Brazil. Tell us about that as well.
Well, so in the second semester of 2018 we will have 2 trade missions for Polish companies. These are regular ones. So in the end of September it will be one to Portugal, and we have quite interesting number of companies coming, and also in the last week of October one to Sao Paulo in Brazil, which will be organized for 5th time already.
Okay.
So what we do is we mainly support Polish companies by arranging B2B meetings with potential partners on field based on their expectations. So this is a tailor-made mission. It is not about business forums, political forums, it's about agenda of, let's say, 6 to 10 B2B meetings during 3 days.
Okay, great. So very, very good value for the companies coming. And then also you mentioned earlier some of the deals between Polish companies and Portuguese companies. You mentioned also a deal to us last week, or a few weeks ago. Tell us about this PPKM deal.
Well, so we can observe during last, let's say, 3 or 4 years, and I would say this is also linked to the touristic boom we can see in Portugal. So, well, nowadays the Polish tourist in Portugal is the most dynamical rise.
Yeah.
So we are talking about more than 250,000 Poles coming to Portugal every year.
Wow.
So this is also translating to better acknowledgement of the country, and has been translating into more business, I would say, more interest of the companies. So first we had this broker company, then we had Asseco as an investment, we have Inglot present in Portugal, now we have been reading about STEMLab investment by a Polish STEMLab bank, which is news, which was covered in your magazine.
Yes.
And I would say we can expect more, and this is only a confirmation of the new cycle, which is not only Portuguese coming to Poland, but more Polish investment in Portugal, and I would say this is the beginning of this new cycle.
And do you think there's potential for Polish companies to use Portugal as a platform to go into Brazil as well, which is, of course, is an enormous market? Is that a possibility?
Most definitely. Lisbon is surely a hub for Portuguese-speaking markets. Of course, you will not close the deal in Lisbon in every field, but the presence of important people and companies from other Portuguese-speaking markets in Lisbon is significant. This is also why Polish authorities are seeing Lisbon as a hub, and there will be a new ZBH in Lisbon, so this is good news, and it's a wise decision.
Yeah.
So definitely Lisbon is a hub, but can be also a hub for other things. You know about Web Summit. It's a huge IT event organized in Lisbon.
40,000 people, something like that. Yeah, crazy.
The tourism is blooming.
Yeah.
So it's not only based on language. Lisbon can be much more in terms of global presence. Lisbon and Porto, I would say Portugal.
They're also competing with Poland in some of the SSE outsourced business. Portugal is trying to get some of that and doing a pretty good job of getting some major outsourced centers. Yeah. And tell us finally a bit about the foods and wines and export of that from Poland, from Portugal into Poland. How was that your Portuguese week, I guess, a few weeks ago? Tell us a bit more about that and your October plans as well.
Well, so every chamber of commerce has know-how in some field. In our case, based on the fact that we have several members from distribution and alimentary sector, we have always been quite focused on the promotion of alimentary business. We have the Portuguese Week every year that was organized for 9 times already. So the event is about promoting Portuguese culture, gastronomy, wine, Portuguese flavors. We also have a wine event coming up in the second semester in October, so we will do it in 2 cities for the first time, in Kraków and in Warsaw. Bringing at least 20-25 Portuguese producers to Poland. Of course, the presence of Biedronka and Eurocash is important, for example, because of the thematic weeks, so Portuguese products can find their way into 40 million Polish market.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
Very interesting opportunity for them. And we are also addressing them, trying to support Portuguese companies here. Regarding wine, Portuguese wine has been very well promoted, mostly by Biedronka in the supermarket channel. And the role of the chamber, as we can see it, is to try to support the entrance of more expensive wines. So we are working mostly in bringing Portuguese wines to HoReCa channel, hotels, restaurants, bars, because they deserve it. Deserve it. They are pretty good wines, and this is why we have our own event. But anyway, Portugal is on the 7th place now as exporter of wines to Poland. And I believe everybody has already tried.
I certainly have. They're wonderful. Thanks a lot, Wojciech. Good luck with the missions in Portugal and in Brazil, and we'll check back with you in the new year.
Thank you very much, Business Polska.
Thanks very much. See you. Bye.